Hello, curious minds! Next month the moon will turn red, Venus will disappear behind the moon, and not one but 3 meteor showers will streak across the sky. Let's dive into everything September has in store for us. Let's start with the moon's journey through September. On September 7th, we'll see the full corn moon reaching its peak at 1809 GMT in the constellation Aquarius. Traditionally, this name comes from Native American and European cultures. Farmers used these full moons for harvesting and planting their crops, a tradition that goes back hundreds of years. Ancient cultures often used the moon as a natural calendar. In some traditions, it's also called the barley moon or fruit moon. Next, on September 14th, the moon reaches its third quarter phase, rising late at night and dominating the sky in the early morning hours. On September 21st, we'll have a new moon. At this time, the moon is positioned between Earth and the Sun, hiding its illuminated side from us. This makes it the perfect time for stargazing, since the skies will be darker than usual. Then on September 30th, the first quarter moon appears, offering that classic half-illuminated shape in the evening sky. We also get some special moments when the moon changes its distance from Earth. On September 10th, it reaches perigee, its closest point to Earth, appearing slightly larger and brighter in the sky. Then, on September 26th, it will be at apogee, its farthest point, when it looks just a little smaller than usual. So from harvest traditions to perfect nights for stargazing, September's moon cycle has plenty to enjoy. Now let's move on to the major celestial events of September, the real showstoppers in the sky. We start early in the month, with the Origids meteor shower, active from about August 26th to September 5th. The peak comes on September 1st. The shower's radiant is in the constellation Auriga, and at its peak you might catch around 6 meteors per hour under dark skies. That's not a huge number, but it's still worth a look, especially if you're already outside stargazing. Then on September 7th, all eyes turn to the moon. Not just because it'll be a full corn moon, but because it will also slip into Earth's shadow, creating a total lunar eclipse, better known as a blood moon. Between 1730 and 1852 GMT, the moon will pass completely through Earth's umbra, glowing a haunting shade of red. This eerie color happens because sunlight bends through Earth's atmosphere, scattering blue light and letting only the reds reach the moon. The eclipse will be fully visible across eastern Africa, Asia, and Australia, while much of Europe will see it rising, and those near the Central Pacific will see it setting. Next up, the September Epsilon Perseids meteor shower is active from September 5th to September 21st, reaching its peak on September 9th. At best, you might see up to 5 meteors per hour, but this year the nearly full moon will wash out much of the fainter activity, so the display won't be particularly strong. While these showers aren't as famous as the Perseids in August, they sometimes surprise astronomers with brief bursts of activity, making it worth staying up late just in case. The meteors appear to radiate from the constellation Perseus, and if you're patient and have a dark sky, you might still catch a few streaking across the night sky. As if one eclipse weren't enough, the universe treated us to another. On September 21st, the moon will pass between the Earth and the Sun, creating a partial solar eclipse. Between 1729 and 2153 GMT, part of the Sun will be covered by the moon. This event will be visible from southern Australia, parts of the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, and Antarctica. Important safety tip: never look at the Sun directly. Always use proper solar filters or eclipse glasses to protect your eyes. Later in the month, on September 27th, the third meteor shower, the daytime sextantids reach their peak, though the shower is active from approximately September 9th to October 9th. The meteors appear to radiate from the constellation Sextans. As their name suggests, these meteors are best seen in the morning sky. Since the radiant point culminates or reaches its highest point after dawn, the shower is likely to produce its best displays shortly before sunrise. They can be tricky to spot, but with patience you might catch a few shooting stars lighting up the horizon. September's sky isn't just about the big shows. On September 8th, the Moon, Saturn, and Neptune are putting on a little trio in the constellation Pisces. They pass within about 3.5 degrees of each other. While you won't see all three in a single telescope view, a pair of binoculars will let you enjoy this cosmic neighborhood. Bonus: the Moon and Saturn share the same right ascension, creating a neat pairing in the night sky. On September 12th, the Moon drifts close to the Pleiades star cluster in Taurus, coming within just 1 degree. With the moon about 68% illuminated, this is a perfect sight for binoculars or a casual evening gaze. On September 16th, the moon meets Jupiter in Gemini. They won't fit in a single telescope view, but the 4-degree separation makes for a striking pairing visible to the naked eye. On September 19th, we got a double treat. The moon will pass in front of Venus, creating a lunar occultation. This event is visible from parts of Africa, Europe, Western Russia, Canada, Greenland, and Asia. If you're observing during daylight, remember to be extremely cautious. Never look at the sun through binoculars or a telescope. Later the same day, Venus will come very close to the star Regulus in Leo, just 24 arc minutes apart. It's an easy and beautiful pairing for binoculars or the naked eye. On September 22nd, the September equinox marks the start of fall in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere. The sun crosses the celestial equator, giving us roughly equal day and night, and a perfect moment to reflect on the changing seasons. And finally, on September 24th, the moon makes a close approach to Mars in the constellation Virgo. The 7% illuminated moon comes within about 3.5 degrees of the planet, making a delicate pairing visible with binoculars, or even the naked eye in the early morning sky. Before we wrap up, here are some tips to get the most out of September's sky shows. Bring binoculars or a small telescope. Many of this month's events, like the moon near planets or the Pleiades, look even better through a pair of binoculars. Timing is everything. Meteor showers like the daytime sextantids and September epsilon Perseids are best seen just before dawn or after dusk, depending on the radiant. Arrive early and give your eyes time to adjust to the darkness. Safety first. If you plan to observe the partial solar eclipse on September 21st, never look directly at the sun. Use proper solar filters or eclipse glasses to protect your eyes. Check your horizon. Make sure your view isn't blocked by trees, buildings, or mountains, especially for events low in the sky. Dress comfortably. Even short stargazing sessions can get chilly, so bring a blanket or a warm jacket and a comfy chair if you plan to watch for a while. Use apps or star charts. Knowing where to look for constellations, planets, or the radiant points of meteor showers can make all the difference. With these tips in mind, you'll be ready to enjoy all of September's celestial wonders safely and comfortably. So grab your binoculars, find a dark spot, and get ready to look up. So, September is packed with celestial wonders. And who knows what surprises space might bring along the way. Which of these events are you most excited to see? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And thank you for your patience this month. We really appreciate your understanding. And if you don't want to miss next month's cosmic highlights, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep looking up.